This is where you're working now.
I was a big fan of Westerns growing up, and Warren Oates and Eli Wallach were two really kind of down and dirty characters, one from The Wild Bunch, one from The Good, Bad, and the Ugly, and I just thought, boy, it'd be great to play a guy like that, but handsomer.
Everything was a first for me. I'd never gone to a table read with all the other actors and all these people that I'd seen on TV before, and I went and sat with all the other actors and did the first read-through of the script, and it came to life, and I was shaking with excitement. It was just, every moment was incredible.
I have kept myself from being exposed to as much science fiction as possible. So I was actually delighted that there were no prosthetics.
The script came in, I heard Joss Whedon was behind it, got excited, read it, got even more excited, and heard that if I were to get the part, I would have to gain 20 pounds. He wanted Kaylee to look like a woman. He didn't want any sort of anorexic-looking, you know, young actress type girl that everybody's so used to seeing on TV. He wanted somebody that looked like they enjoyed a cheeseburger once in a while and really embellished in life.
You never have to be under the heel of nobody ever again. No matter how long the arm of the Alliance might get, we'll just get ourselves a little further. Malcolm Reynolds represented someone who, although had lost all his hope, would not give up, just would press on. He didn't have any grand dreams. He didn't have any grand causes or goals. All he wanted to do was continue. He wasn't going to shut down and die. He was just going to continue living his life.
Do you want me to put it up?
No, that's okay.
I think Inara brought to that world, to the life of these people on the ship, the heart and sort of like a nurturing quality. I think that she is an extremely passionate person, and she cared very, very much for every single person on that ship.
Shouldn't be a problem at all.
My strongest understanding of Wash came through my relationship with Zoe, or Gina, with my wife. That was where I had the most understanding. I think it was an interesting relationship. She was this solid fighter woman, and I was a chicken. I didn't like fighting. I wasn't in the war. I wore Hawaiian shirts all the time. I loved Gina, and we had a great rapport, and the stuff that was written for us, this kind of struggling marriage, made sense to me.
Captain shouldn't be babysitting a damn groupie, and he knows it.
Okay, when did this become not funny?
When you didn't turn around and put her ass back down on Triumph.
She's the resident, like, hard-ass chick. She's the one. She gets the job done. She enjoys her job. She is career military. She has no problem with killing people if it's right. And because she is career military, I mean, you really won't hear her argue with or oppose Mal too often unless she really thinks there's something wrong.
Where do you think you're going?
Zoe's been badly hurt. I need my medical supplies.
Simon had a lot technically to do on the show in terms of, you know, wounds and bullet holes and, you know, lots of fun-filled infirmary, bloody stuff.
She's the wayward child of the group.
She understands. She doesn't comprehend.
And I think that she's a purpose for them, too. They had to make decisions that they wouldn't normally make on her behalf, you know, having to try to help her, save her.
There's no beacon.
Which means it's likely no one's looking to find her.
All the more reason for us to do the right thing. I think Book was kind of the conscience of the ship. In any kind of situation, he could be inserted as the conscience, both from his own point of view and also from the perspective of being able to require other people to be aware of dealing with where their consciences are coming from.
Care to make the first incision, Dr. Tan? Happy birthday, son. Kaylee brings the sense of family. She makes sure that everybody remembers that they really are one big family and all they have is each other.
Don't know these folks, don't much care to.
They're whores.
I'm in. Sex, muscle, humor, thuggery. Jane.
Pretty cunning, don't you think?
When you look at the pilot that Joss created, it's not what you expect in what might be thought of as a space opera. Everything's handheld. Virtually everything's handheld. There are zooms, like in a 70s Western. There are actually zooms in a shot. And nowadays, people don't use zooms so much as sort of dolly moves or, I mean, zooms are considered to be somewhat cheesy. And that cheese aspect actually really added, I think, to the look of the show.
If you got a flare, if you bumped into something sometimes, if you misframed, they almost liked it better. And a lot of times it was, don't hold a perfect frame. Be a little bit off. Make it a little different. All of a sudden you find something that you weren't expecting and continue shooting.
And that includes the CGI shots we did and everything, just sort of haphazard and embracing the zoom lens and not covering things in a normal television fashion, all designed to sort of give you that feeling of, well, this is just something that's happening and you're there in the thick of it, as opposed to science fiction that says, stand back, for this is a forbidden planet. You know, I didn't want to be stately at all. I really just wanted to have that immediacy.
We got very excited because we wanted to bring that into the photography of, live action spaceships. We wanted to have handheld camera, whip pans, lens flares, rack focuses, and zooms, all of which have been complete taboos in visual effects. They're things that you don't do because you can't repair them. We as a group said, okay, there's certain risks that we're going to be taking here, and some techniques are going to work, some are not, and whatever happens, and we're just going to have to compensate and make it work. But we've never seen, sort of camera operators that are late in catching the action on a computer-generated ship. We've never seen, a camera operator mounted to the side of a spaceship that, that vibrates, to the extent that you can barely see what it's seeing.
Take my love, take my land, take me where I cannot stand.
I have friends that still sing the theme song. The theme song just gets under your skin, and I love it.
That song, every word in it is very deliberate, and it tells the story of exactly who Mal is from the get-go.
We had Greg Amundsen on the show, and he got more than anybody, and it's a hard thing to get, the idea of using a kind of Western vernacular and then mixing it with world music, and a Chinese influence as well, and at the same time servicing a normal TV score, so that here's the sad moment, here's the happy moment, without being intrusive.
And there are things he did for that show that went way beyond just telling the story or expressing the mood of a certain scene. He went way beyond that. He was really telling a story too. And he expressed things in Firefly that couldn't have been expressed any other way.
And there was always emotion there, even in the goofy stuff, and there were many funny moments, and there were many poignant moments, and there were many just dark moments. But I always tried to write from the emotion rather than from the character.
That man, more than once, brought tears to my eyes. I would watch an episode to enjoy it and to really just watch it and have a good time, and then I'd go back immediately and I'd watch it again just for the music, just for particular scenes where the music really, really touched me.
We used instruments you never ever use, because I believe Joss saw this. As a post-apocalyptic world where cultures were thrown together in this giant melting pot, therefore anything that you could use somehow was justified. Chinese music could be mixed in with, Eastern European music mixed in with orchestral music.
And I remember he called me for the last piece of score on The Message.
There's a scene at the end where they're carrying the casket of their friend out. This is one of those moments where you are so happy that you do what you do. It is so rife with and we knew at this point that the show was gone.